Wait, don't scroll away. Listen for a moment. This isn't normal, not just words. Welcome back again to this channel. If you're new here, subscribe right now, like this video, and comment below because today's story is different. Not loud love, but quiet feeling. Something soft, but powerful. Something you won't expect. So stay till end. Trust me, because this feeling is real. Now, let me start from beginning. It wasn't obvious. At first, not dramatic, not intense, just small moments between us, simple talks, random laughter, nothing serious, nothing planned, but something felt different, something I couldn't explain because you're not trying, not acting special, not forcing anything. You're just you, naturally, and maybe that's the problem, or maybe the reason, because your innocence hits differently, not like others, not usual. And I didn't notice right away, not instantly, not clearly, but slowly, very slowly, it started growing inside me, without warning, without permission. And I remember that moment, that small laugh you had, not loud, not fake, just pure and real. And something inside me shifted, like my heart reacted without asking, without thinking. And I tried to ignore it, to act normal, like before, but it didn't work at all because every time you speak, every time you smile, that feeling returns stronger than before, deeper than before. And I don't know why, why your presence feels different, why your silence feels louder, why even your absence feels heavy. And maybe it's simple, maybe it's just feelings, but it doesn't feel simple. Not to me, not anymore, because I started noticing things, the way you talk softly, the way you listen carefully, the way you react honestly, without games, without filters, and that innocence you have, it's dangerous. Honestly, not in bad way, but deeply, because it makes everything real, everything pure, everything intense. And I'm not used to that, not this kind of feeling where someone affects me this much without trying, without knowing. And that's the thing about you. You don't know what you do. You don't see that impact because for you, it's normal. Just being kind, just being real. But for me, it's different. It's something more, something I can't ignore, no matter how hard I try. And I've tried, believe me, to stay distant, to stay calm, to not get too involved. But it never works. Not with you, because you don't chase, you don't push, and somehow that pulls me closer without effort, without force, and I find myself waiting for your messages, for your presence, for those small moments we share, even if they seem nothing to anyone else around us. But to me, they matter more than I admit, more than I show, and that scares me a little because feelings like this grow fast, too fast, sometimes, and I don't want to ruin what we have right now, this simple connection, this calm space, because not everything needs labels, not everything needs definition, but still, I can't deny what I feel for you, not anymore, not today, because truth matters. At some point, even if difficult, even if risky, and maybe you'll never realize how much you affect me inside, how your small actions change everything, how your innocence feels powerful in ways you don't understand, and maybe that's okay because not every feeling needs to be known. Some just exist quietly, growing slowly, deeply, without noise, without pressure, and maybe someday I'll tell you everything clearly, or maybe I won't. Who knows? But right now, this moment, I just needed to say, even if not to you, at least to myself, honestly, that you're different. To me, in ways I can't ignore, in ways I don't want to, and maybe that's the truth. Simple, but real. You're so innocent. You have no idea what you do. To me, that thought stayed inside me. Not just feeling, but truth. You're so innocent and unaware of everything you do. And I kept it hidden, not because I wanted, but because I feared. What if things change? What if distance comes? What if this calm breaks? And I didn't want that, not with you, not ever. So I stayed quiet for days, acting normal, like always, talking casually, like before. But inside me, everything changed. Every word felt heavier, every moment felt deeper, and I started noticing more your small habits, your little pauses, the way you think before replying, the way you care without showing, and it made everything harder because feelings grow with attention, with presence, with closeness, and I was getting closer without trying, without planning. And one day it happened, something small but important. We were talking late night, nothing serious, just random laughing softly, sharing thoughts. And then suddenly you went silent, not usual, not normal. And I waited a little, thinking you'll reply soon. But minutes passed quietly, and that silence felt different, not peaceful, but heavy, like something changed between us. And I felt that fear, that small panic inside me, because losing your presence, even briefly, feels strange now. And I typed carefully, everything okay? Simple message, but honest. And you replied after a pause, yes, just thinking. And that line made me curious because thinking means something not random, not empty. And I asked softly, about what? Not pushing, just asking. And your reply came slowly, about us. And my heart stopped, not literally, but almost, because that word means everything. Us, not you, not me, but us together. And I didn't know what to say, not immediately, not clearly, because now this is real, not just feeling, not just thought, something mutual, something shared. And I replied carefully, what about us? Trying to understand, trying to breathe, and you paused again, longer this time, more serious. And then you said something unexpected. You feel different lately, and I smiled a little because you noticed. After all, not everything, but enough. And I asked gently, different how? And your answer was simple, closer, but quiet. And that line hit deep because it's true. Completely. I was closer, but silent, feeling more, but saying less. And I didn't want to lie, not to you, not anymore. So I said, honestly, I feel something different, not full confession, but truth. And you didn't react immediately, just stayed there, reading, thinking, feeling maybe something. And then you asked softly, what kind of different? Ah, and that question was real. It needed answer, not escape. And I took a breath before typing slowly, the kind that scares me, the kind that matters. And I meant it completely because real feelings do that. They scare you and stay. And you replied after a pause, I think I feel it too. And everything inside shifted, not suddenly, but deeply, because now it's not just me, not one sided, not alone, something shared, something real. And I smiled without noticing because that moment was enough. Not perfect, not complete, but enough for now. And I didn't rush anything, didn't say too much, too soon. Just let it exist. Just let us feel because some things grow better in silence, in patience. And I typed one last line. We'll figure it out. No pressure, no rush, just honesty between us. And you replied softly, okay, together. And that word stayed together. Simple but powerful because it means something, something real, something possible. And maybe we don't know where this goes exactly, but we know one thing, that something changed between us, something beautiful, something honest, and it started from nothing, just small moments, simple talks, growing slowly into this. And maybe that's the best part, not forced, not planned, just real, completely real. Some feelings grow quietly, without warning, and sometimes innocence becomes something more